we did talk Final Fantasy 16. Have either of you played with that patch yet? I think you finished the game before the patch came out, right? Did you finish the day of the patch?
The day before.
Oh
my God.
The nice thing about not finishing the game yet is like, hey, maybe I'll get that patch. I got it. Even though I have like 10 hours left or 5 hours left.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Good things.
Patch for what game?
For 16, for Final Fantasy 16. They removed motion blur, or it's a motion blur slider.
Motion blur slider. They changed some of the button configuration options. I think they added 3 more.
Cool.
Apparently one of them is the one I was looking for.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
I don't know. I actually did check it out. Like I played a little bit of it with the slider and stuff, and it does make a difference.
Yep.
But for some reason, like, man, am I just like playing it on too big of a TV or playing with it too close? But it's so busy. Like every time you're doing something actiony, it's so fucking super busy.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think that's just, correct.
Okay.
I 100% correct. Yeah. Depending on what abilities you're using, that game becomes very confetti like, especially on stream.
Yes. Yeah, no, like fighting it, it's like trying to peek through like a fireworks display, figure out like I was actually talking about this, like that's one of the RPG things, like part of the discussion was like what do I think of Final Fantasy 16, and it just I want it to feel more precise when you're battling than it does, because if it like I want to be able to know when a perfect dodge is coming, but I have to look through, a sparkler to see if someone's going to attack me.
Someone just holding like,
and it's rough. Yeah. It's like, okay, attacking. Okay. We're good. Nope. I didn't dodge. Oh, I perfect dodged on accident. Oh, good.
Yeah.
There are a couple boss fights, not to say they're spoils, but oh my God, dude, the entire fight is just a pixel orgy.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to say it. It's just like the whole fight is just graphics on graphics on graphics. So you can graphic while you graphic and just mess.
Yeah, there's a lot of that for sure. Zeke, are you done with the game then? Have you stopped? Are you going to try to finish it?
No.
With the game in the sense of like, are you going to put it down is what I'm trying to say.
Don't worry about me if you still want to do a spoiler cast, because like go right ahead with whatever.
That answers that question.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I bounced off it, man. This week.
Yeah,
I did. I totally did. Like I tried it. I tried to get into it, and I think it's so much. It's like so much movie to watch. Like I'm guessing it eases off, but like they really front load that shit with tons and tons of video. And I'm this sucks. I want to play a game. I don't want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
The thing that for me personally made it, and we talked about this a lot during the playthrough. It's a completely different experience when you're seeing all of that like well mocapped, well voice acted dialogue. It's a completely different experience watching it, as opposed to like selecting all the text options between every line. Because somebody asked during my Final Fantasy run, like, man, like, isn't Baldur's Gate 3 going to be just like this? Isn't it going to, if you're getting tired of this, because I said the exact same thing, Zeke, where it's just like sometimes when you have like a 10-minute conversation of 2 people talking, that's all they're doing. And it's like, not all of it's even that interesting. It's kind of tiring, right? You kind of start losing focus. But no, I feel like it's going to be interesting to see if with the 174 hours of mocap cinematics in Baldur's Gate, if it's like that's going to make a big difference being able to select all the text options. But
yeah,
we'll have to see, man.
Yeah, I think what you guys are saying is there definitely comments I've seen about the game, and I think I can't refute them, right? Like you either like that or you don't, without question.
Sure.
That is the game. It is very much like, hey, you're gonna watch a 10-minute cutscene now. That's what's gonna happen.
So, fair point from Blissful Dan. Says, Zeke, my brother in Christ, you played the entire of the Yakuza series, and I that is true. I did play the entire Yakuza series. But I come into the Yakuza games expecting that to be the point, is the story. Like that's why like the action takes a back seat to the story in the Yakuza games for me. Whereas Final Fantasy, I want like I prefer the game to take precedent over the story, because the story in most, like, you know what?
No. Here's what I'll say. Look, I'll say what you don't want to, because I think you don't maybe want to take the brunt of what chat might get upset at you for saying this. You're just more interested in Yakuza. You enjoy the story content more than you do Final Fantasy, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like you care what happens in Yakuza for 10 minutes of cutscenes. You don't give a shit about Final Fantasy. That's fine.
Yeah,
like it's cool. No one cares.
Yeah. I guess that's a good way to say it, rather than what I was gonna say. Yeah. I was gonna say Final Fantasy is fucking stupid, and anybody who likes it should go like masturbate in the corner, all right? Because I don't want to hear your dumb comments. Okay. Yeah. Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, you're allowed to dislike and like things. Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Just like
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I mean, like just any corner.
Any corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I like Zeke. I'm the complete opposite. I tried to play Yakuza and I bounced off of it, but I stuck to Final Fantasy. That's just interests are different. That's how it goes. And I think that's kind of like I've always said with Final Fantasy 16. If you enjoyed 14, you're really gonna like 16. Doesn't matter about the gameplay because the storytelling is like so similar in both those games.
You're absolutely right. And I slogged my way through the main story of 14 back when I did it. And I got to max level and I was like, I felt like I climbed a mountain. I was like, okay, I'm done now. I don't need to do anything else. And I put it away and never picked it up again.
Yeah. It happens. That's how it goes.
It's weird. Ever since you made the comparison, I actually it's kind of weird how much more I was engaged with the filler content in Yakuza. Like I definitely, I don't know why. I find the characters much more dynamic.
There's a bit of like what's the word?
I don't know.
Spice.
I don't know.
To I think the Yakuza content where it's like fun, whereas in 16 it's kind of like, man, this is real depressing world, right? Yeah, it's pretty depressing world. You want to hear some depressing shit? Yeah, let's hear some depressing shit. Well, I'm so depressed that some people over there in Yakuza's like, I've got some diapers. You want to wear them? Yeah. Right. The two games are so different tonally.
Yeah, they really are. But well, to be fair though, like it's interesting because there's no question, and maybe this is kind of what I meant by dynamic without realizing it, is there are those moments, and that's a lot of the moments, but there's also really serious, really dark, really heart-tugged, like super exciting, super endearing.
In Yakuza, you mean?
In Yakuza. I feel like it covers more of the gambit of emotion. Where I felt like Final Fantasy 16 kind of picked a few themes and just rode them into the ground.
Yeah.
That was like the theme. You got like heroism, depression, and helplessness, and then like, let's go, and where Yakuza games are all over the place. You never know what to expect.
Yeah.
Or what's going to come out of what you're doing. So
yeah.
I don't know. It was it was still good. I still liked it, but different flavors for sure. Different flavors of ice cream.
I'm very interested in what happens in about 5 months to hear those discussions of like where once the dust has settled, people have finished Final Fantasy and like the community can take out the recency bias and like look back and see where it falls. That's where I want to see the conversation be. I haven't finished it yet. I will probably finish it this week and then we'll start trying to figure out the spoiler cast.
Super interested at this point to see where they're going to go with the next one.
Yeah.
Like I am very, very interested. Very curious.
Yeah.
The franchise is an interesting place.
It is indeed. And there's also a fan fest at the end of this month for 14.
How long is that going to be, by the way?
Fan fest?
No. When Final Fantasy 17, they usually are what, 3 to 5 years apart? Something like that?
They're pretty, yeah. It depends on so much. It really does. I would say that's probably a safe bet is 3 to 5 years. Yeah. Potentially
15 was 7 years ago.
15 had so many fucking issues though.
That's true.
Like it was the engine had issues and it was just all over the place. There was like 4 games announced for like 15 right when it was just all over the place.
Kind of messy.
Yeah. I think that's it in terms of like quote unquote gaming news.